Yo people, welcome back. Now, I know I don't usually cover WWE, especially not as much as I'd like to, but now with Cobra Kai ending, I do have more time. And this channel also covers pop culture in general. And John Cena finally turning heel is something 20 years in the making pretty much. And in his final year at the company, he's finally done it and aligned with the final boss in one of the most shocking nights in WWE history. Now, in this video, I'm going to explain how this heel turn works for the story, how it helps The Rock, John Cena, Cody Rhodes, and possibly even Roman Reigns. If you'd like me to do more WWE content, let me know down below in the comments. If you could also drop a like on the video and sub to the channel as we close in on 1K subscribers, that would be massively appreciated. Now, let's start out with John Cena and how this helps him. And John Cena's character gets massively helped because it was the perfect shock factor in face value. WWE's Superman was corrupted by greed and his desperation to go down as the GOAT and have the most WWE championship reigns in history. What this does is it obviously immediately freshens up his character because we haven't seen heel Cena in 20 years. I personally never got to watch his heel run live because I was about 5 years old, so this is a fresh thing for me automatically. In terms of storyline, he can now say, yo, I show up when I want to, I'm doing Hollywood business, Cody, this is the life you could have had and you rejected it. And that's the excuse that he can now use whenever he doesn't show up. We also saw those shades of heel Cena when he just forced himself into the chamber match. And maybe at this point, he was already a heel. The heel run had already begun. Maybe after he lost the Royal Rumble, he said, cool, let me make some calls here. And we see him in the interview with the heel run already beginning. They can even say that The Rock told everyone to allow John Cena to insert himself into the chamber match. Even when Cena said, it's best for business. This was kind of like a nod to Triple H's authority faction, as that was the catchphrase that they used to use. They could even say that we didn't see Cena after the Rumble because it would give away the heel turn since they planted the seeds in the interview. Even in the chamber match itself, we saw some shades of him being a heel, especially when he did the submission move on Punk at the end, who had just been curb stomped by Seth Rollins. He could have gone for the count, but he made sure CM Punk didn't survive. Again, signs of desperation, which is ultimately what him selling his soul to the final boss is all about. It's not about the followers, it's not about the movies, the celebrities like he was offering Cody. This is about his legacy and the record that's up for grabs. I think a face run for John Cena in his last year, it would be a bit weird because he'd have to do the whole, when you're a hero, you have to prove yourself as the face, you have to win a ton of matches for momentum. And with the L streak that he was on, it just wouldn't make sense. He'd maybe win 1 or 2 matches, and he's not even here for the whole year, by the way. So again, they're on short time, and to build him as a face to then go on to win takes a lot more work than what they've done here. As a heel, form goes out of the window. He's basically been rebranded, especially with The Rock next to him. He can cheat his way through the system, get to the top, and no one can stop him. Heel Cena with the final boss is arguably the most powerful duo that we've ever seen in the WWE. I know people are saying, yeah, well, Cena helped Cody to stop The Rock and the Bloodline at WrestleMania 40, so how does any of this make sense? Well, Cena can just say, if it weren't for me helping you out, Cody, you probably wouldn't even have that title. I was an integral part of your story, blah, blah, blah. Heel Cena now has that angle of, I helped you get the title, so now I'm going to take it away from you. As for his angle with The Rock, it's obviously out of desperation like I said, but The Rock also took advantage of how eager John Cena is to win and uses it for his own advantage. So they both get what they want. Cena gets number 17, Rock gets a champion to represent him and shows how much power he has in the WWE that he's managed to corrupt the one guy everyone thought could never be corrupt. That in itself is a big feat for the character that is the final boss, and he can now appear through John Cena's appearances. So if The Rock doesn't show up for the Europe tour, for example, which he probably won't, we know John Cena is doing stuff for himself and on behalf of The Rock. Now, how does this help Cody? For starters, it boosts his babyface run again after people getting tired of it. Me, myself, I was over it. Fans that root for the heroes and strictly babyface Cena, they might probably go on to support Cody now. It will arguably be the biggest match of his career depending on how it goes, but Cody is getting 2 generational main event opponents at WrestleMania 2 years in a row. His title run for me has been pretty dry with about 7 defenses in a year in obvious feuds. Nothing really interesting, so this will be the highlight for sure of this reign. What you can then do for Cody going forwards is he loses and then you have him have to earn that belt again, either trying to do it the right way as a babyface, go through a whole bunch of adversity, build up the momentum again, or have him do that. It comes with a lot of failures to the point that Cody then turns heel later on in the year. As for Roman Reigns, this leaves the door wide open for him. I don't know if they're going to do the rumored triple threat with Seth and Punk, which is kind of pointless in my opinion, or if they're going to do Roman versus Seth or Roman versus Punk. But what this does is it leaves the door wide open for the tribal chief to return, speak to The Rock and be like, what the fuck is this? I'm the tribal chief and you're working with John Cena. He helped end my reign. He's the enemy. Do you not care about the family anymore? And then The Rock can just be like, you teamed up with Cody at Bad Blood. I warned you what would happen if you did anything like this. You failed us. You disgraced our bloodline at WrestleMania 40, the biggest main event ever in the biggest mania ever, and you lose. You may be the tribal chief, but I'm your higher up, whether it's in this family or in the business. This would then set up Roman Reigns versus The Rock if they can do it for this mania, but it also means we get to see more of Roman helping out Cody in that run towards WrestleMania 41, which would see Roman Reigns versus The Rock and Cody Rhodes versus John Cena. The one thing I'm skeptical about, however, is how are they going to turn Cena face again so soon before he retires? The options for the matches that he can have as a heel, as a champion as well, it would be cool. Maybe we get CM Punk, Roman Reigns. I'd personally like to see Randy Orton versus John Cena. But I want to say that the easiest way to execute his face turn is that you have him turn on The Rock. But that would probably lead to a match in and of itself. Maybe they have this be John Cena's last year, but his last actual match is versus The Rock at WrestleMania 42. This would then complete the trilogy of The Rock versus Cena. And then this allows Cena to go out as a hero with a win at the biggest stage of them all against a worthy opponent. But yeah, overall, a massive night with John Cena's heel turn, which for sure has elevated this road to WrestleMania. If you'd like me to do more WWE content, let me know down below in the comments. I'd appreciate if you could hit that like button and sub to the channel as we close in on 1K subscribers. Thank you for your time.